Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss about static routing. Static routing. This type of routing is used when we have to enter the routes manually through which packet should move and reach the destination. Let's have the following network in our Cisco Packet Tracer. So let's open our Cisco Packet Tracer and have the network with two routers and two PCs. So let's connect all these together. So now we have connected our four devices. So let's configure them. Go to PC0, desktop tab, IP configuration, and let's have an IP address. For example, let's have 10.0.0.1 and the subnet mask and the default gateway. So let's have it as 10.0.0.2. So let's configure our router. So give enable configure terminal and the interface name gigabit ethernet 0/0/0 and enter. IP address has 10.0.0.2 to 55.0.0.0 and give no shutdown to make this interface up. So now the interface is up. You can see that it changed to state up. So next interface, the interface gigabit ethernet 0/0/1 and the IP address as 192.168.0.1 255.255.255.0 no shutdown. So now you can go to the router 1 and go to command line interface, give n. Now you can configure this. Configure terminal interface gigabit ethernet 0/0/0. So IP address 192.168.0.2 255.255.0 no shutdown. So now the next interface gigabit ethernet 0/0/1 IP address as 20.0.0.1 to 55.0.0.0 and give no shutdown. So now let's try pinging from PC0 to PC1. So first let's check it. So we have our IP address, subnet mask and the default gateway. And for PC1 let's go to IP configuration 20.0.0.2 and the subnet mask default gateway 0.0.1 which is the IP address of the router. So now let's go to the command prompt ipconfig. So we have all these three. So let's try pinging from PC0. So ping first. Let's ping the interface of router 0. So let's do 20.0. So next let's ping the other interface of router 0. So this is also pinging. So now let's try the interface of the router 1. So now this is not pinging. The first packet is unreachable. The second packet also. even the third packet, and also the fourth packet. So 192.168.0.2, which is the IP address of the router's interface, is not reachable. So now let's enable static routing in router 0 and router 1. For that, go to router 0, and first let's um, give IP route, which is the command for the static routing. So IP route the destination network, which is 20.0.0.0, and the subnet mask for this network, and the IP address through which it should reach the destination. So for that, 192.168.0.2, which is the IP address of router 1's interface. So let's give enter. Give end show running config. So now here you can see that command IP route 20.0.0.0 to 255.0.0.0, and the IP address through which it should move 192.168.0.2. So now let's do the same here also. So give IP route and the network 10.0.0.0 and the subnet mask and the IP address through which it should move, through which it should reach. So the IP address is 0.1. So let's give end show running config. So now here you can see the command. So now let's try a command called show IP route, which is used to display the routing table of the router. So this is the routing table of the router. Here we can see S, which is static, and the next is C, which is directly connected, and next is L, local, and again C and L. So static means we have enabled static routing. Connected is directly connected, and it's directly connected to 20.0.0.0. So L means the interface of router 1 itself. So this IP address belongs to router 1. So local means that it is the IP address of itself. It's connected to the IP address of itself. So next is directly connected, again it's local. So let's try the command in router 0, show IP route. Here too we have C, L and static. Static 20.0.0.0 can be connected through 192.168.0.2. We have not given any route. We have given the route, and the same is reflected here. So we have given that 20.0.0.0 with the subnet mask as 255.0.0.0, which has the prefix length as 8, should be connected via 192.168.0.2. So the same is here. So we have enabled static routing with the router 0 and router 1. So let's try pinging from PC 0 to PC 1. So first let's ping the router 1's interface. So the first four packets are reachable. So now let's try pinging the second interface, that is the interface of the router 1 to nt.0.0.1. Even this is pinging. So next let's try it for the PC. The first packet is unreachable, but the next three are reachable. So let's ping it again. So now all the 4 packets are reachable, which means that we have done our static route correctly. So now to remove your static route command, you can give no before your command. For example, we have this IP root command. So if you give no, now you can, like, if you give show running config, now you cannot see the command, which means that the static route is removed. So if you give no before the command, you can remove the command. Thank you.